So AI is sort of the question of the event, the question of the day, and as we think about the changes, there's a tendency right now to see this as a technology solution that is going to improve every single facet of what we do. And part of that's true, but what we've found with working as our own internal reinvention of our processes and working with our clients, AI is really a catalyst for other reinvention. It allows us to do new and different things. And so focusing on just dropping a new tool into an existing process without thinking about how it should change, dropping it into a workforce that hasn't been adequately prepared, and really not thinking fundamentally about how these tools will change the work and the work processes is where a lot of places go wrong. So as an HR leader, I think I have somewhat of a non-traditional background. I came from the business. I was a solution architect. I worked in cloud computing. I worked in SaaS. And I entered the HR world as someone who was coming to try and bring a learner-first perspective. I knew what it was like to be a consumer and constantly needing new knowledge. And so I brought it to what I was trying to do with learning. I started as a trainer and now I moved up and now I work across this organization, and thinking about things in terms of there's a lane that learning has to stay in, there's a lane that HR has to stay in. As AI and as agents become more prolific and as more impacts happen to your workforce, understanding that HR continues to need a seat at every table. Learning needs a seat at the table. How are we going to make these promises that AI is happening come through? It's through people and it's through enabling them. I believe that a lot of organizations tend to equate training as sort of the cause and the solution to every problem. People can't sell very well. They must not have been trained. People are not spending enough time with clients. They must be taking too much training. And so I think there's an answer that, yeah, training, formal training, structured learning has a place in performance management. But I think if we talk about the full spectrum of how people learn, why they decide to learn, what they decide to pursue, the more we can look at influencing that and kind of providing support across that life cycle, I think the more impact we get with our people.